Hello student, this is lecture 39 based on the 5th unit for the subject VLSI design, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about this optimization of the switching activity. Okay. So, optimization of the switching activity means we are talking about the how you are going to reduce the switching activity. Okay, so optimization is nothing else to how you are going to reduce the switching activity, because you know that switching activity is directly okay the okay power consumption. Okay, so if you are going to reduce the power consumption, if you want to reduce the power consumption, that you should have to control on this switching activity, or you can have to reduce this switching activity. Okay. So, let us discuss about this switching activity, how you are going to reduce, optimize. Okay. So, you can see over here switching activity in CMOS digital integrated circuit can be reduced by algorithm optimization, by architecture optimization, by proper choice of logic topology, or by circuit level optimization. Okay. So, in that four way you can reduce your switching activity. Okay. Algorithm, if I talk about this algorithm, so generally whenever I am going to discuss about this, going to work on this algorithm optimization, means we have to work on the application oriented. Okay. So, means we are going to discuss about this how this algorithm optimization work. Okay. So, algorithm this algorithm optimization is directly connected with on the basis of your application. Okay. So, this algorithm optimization depends heavily on the application and on the characteristic of data such as dynamic range, correlation and static of data transmission. Okay. Some of the techniques can be applied only for specific applications such as digital signal processing and cannot be used for general purpose processing. Okay. So, vector quantization is one of the algorithm. Okay. You can choose for the minimum switching activity. Okay. Also, the number of memory access, the number of multiplication, number of addition can reduce about the factor of 30. Okay, if differential tree search algorithm is used instead of full search algorithm. Okay. So, in this way you can reduce the 30% at least your switching activity. Okay, if you are choosing this differential tree research algorithm. Okay. So, these are the some points. Okay, in this way you can reduce this switching activity. Sorry. Okay. So, ultimately means if you are going to reduce your multiplication addition part also. Okay. So, again you can reduce this switching activity. Now, another one is the, if I talk about the architecture level. Okay. So, architecture level means when you are going to design your architecture of your circuit or system. Okay. So, at that time you can reduce the your switching activity. Okay. So, an important architecture level measure to reduce switching activity is based on the delay balancing and the reduction of the glitches. Okay. So, means at that situation, at that part, okay, that your switching activity is directly connected with the your delay balancing and the reduction of the glitches. Okay. So, we have already discussed about these glitches. Okay. So, we are not going to discuss about these glitches again, okay, because we have seen this how this glitch occur. Okay. So, but we know when this glitch is occurring, okay, means your delay is going to increase. Okay. And as we have seen that if you are going to optimize your delay, okay, you are going to reduce your delay, you can reduce the your switching activity. Okay. So, one example is consider, suppose you have a series of XOR gate, okay, in this way. So, in that case you can reduce the glitches by connecting this ABC AB and CD XOR gate in parallel and then giving the input into the app. Okay, so also you can reduce the glitch in that case and also reduce the delay. Okay, so when you do this, your switching activity also reduces. Okay, now next one, if I talk about the your at the circuit level, okay, how you are going to reduce your switching activity at the circuit level. So, simple word is coming over here, gated clock signal. Okay, so you can see over here there is one circuit is showing over here. Okay, it is nothing else. I am just going to explain in a very simple manner. Okay, so as the name suggests, gated clock signal means whenever if you don't require this circuit. Okay, suppose you have one overall circuit over here. Okay, and in this circuit you have, let's say, 4 module, 1 2 3 4. Okay, and these 4 moduli is connected with each other. Okay, suppose they are depending upon, okay, directly connected, okay, each other. Anyhow, this is because they have some connection over here. Now, for example, when you are performing a task 1 and when you are performing this task 1 and you find out that this 1 and 4, only this 1 and 4 is working and this 3 and 2 you are not using this for a particular task. Okay, so what you can do, if you are working, if your circuit on, so obviously the power is going in this 3 and 2 also, but there is no requirement because we are not using these 2 and 3 in a particular task. So, what is the smart way? You can use this gate clock signal over here and you can off these 2, okay, or you can reduce or you can do the switching activity 0 over here, means there is no switching, कोई switching नहीं हो रही है. So, you know you can reduce your power consumption. So, why we are giving this power to this 3 and 2, there is no requirement. So, we can reduce this power or power supply, cut off the power supply for giving 3 and 2. So, what is the purpose of gated clock? Okay. So, you can see over here, that is the clock signal, it is clicking gated clock. So, when these 2, let us say these 2 is on, okay, or in simple words, you have, if you are connected this AND gate over here, you are giving clock over here. Okay, so what you have to do, whatever is it is input, so just put this clock 0 over here. Okay, so that will always give you the value of 0, means your if there is input is going to 0 over here, it will not operate. So, you are controlling your circuit with this help of this gated clock signal. Okay. So, in this way you can control your the circuit. So, here one example is showing this block diagram AND bit number comparator with the gated clock signal. So, this is the purpose of this gated clock signal over here. Okay. So, this is all about your lecture, okay, how you are going to optimize or reduce the switching activity. Okay. So, you can do on the this algorithm based, at the level of algorithm, at the level of your architecture level, at the level of your circuit level. So, these are the processes you can reduce your switching activity, or you can optimize your switching activity. Okay. So, thank you students. This is all about your lecture, optimization of the switching activity.